Mr. Africa, back in the spot, doing my thing, what? Loving this music's natural mystic, how I blaze it up. Blaze it up. Blaze it up, my slums to the village, all my city niggas raise it up. Now watch me check it up, another notch flip it up. See all this copycats who wanna bite flows and switch it up. Don't give a damn, kid, I'm a real artist. You wanna blink.
Tonight on Rendezvous, we meet Babaluku, the grandfather of Luga Flow, the most prominent music movement to come out of Uganda in recent years. And of course, count down his top 5 Ugandan music videos. Luga Flow is a Ugandan urban music style heavily influenced by American hip-hop. Ugandans first heard of the hip-hop culture movement that emerged in the Bronx in the late 1970s. And since then, the hip-hop lifestyle has spread around the world. Hip-hop refers to rapping, a rhythmic style of chanting or vocal technique mainly used to imitate percussive elements of the music.
I'm about to get on the hell out of here. Grab your bottle of beer, I'm bounce out of here. Shorty, feel looking for me, I'm chill right here. Tell the dude to leave you alone, I had right here. Alright, get on the floor, we came to bounce right here. Now that I'm done, I am about to leave you right here.
Ugandans have adapted their own languages to hip-hop revolution, most noticeably with Luga Flow, a Ugandan hip-hop influenced music. And one of the pioneers of this music form is Silas Babaluku, aka Babaluku. But before we got started, we asked him how his name Babaluku was coined.
Babaluku is a name that I could say in a joking manner that I got Babaluku from a friend of mine in New Jersey, you know, and he couldn't pronounce my last name, which is Bavubuka, you know, and then he said Babaluku, you know. And when he said it, it really sounded very indigenous to me. At that time, I was going by names like, you know, Sniper MC. You know, I used to call myself names that were not really relative to my African background. But when my boys said that, I was like, that is my new MCing name. So I picked it up before I built the meaning of what it means. You know, and progressively now that I've been traveling, you know, I was in Tanzania about 2 years ago and I was hanging out with AY. And he's like, I always knew that Baba meant elderly, you know, or uncle or Baba, you know, something like that. So I had that part of it. I just never had the Luku. But in my travels and journeys, I've come to define the name Babaluku. You know, when I was in Tanzania, they say, Uyo, Chijana, they say something like father of energy.
Babaluku's interest in music began in childhood. His father, the famous Pastor Bavubuka the late, used to have choir practices at home, and Babaluku picked up a few lessons.
Of course, I was influenced by my father at an early age because he was a pastor, he was a reverend. So I grew up and, you know, from Sunday school, from the get-go, we used to do plays, we used to sing in Sunday school choirs at the church. You know, not only that, as I started growing, you know, my father every day before, when I came home for lunch, you know, there was always a band in the living room recording some tapings or playing some music, you know, because he came in our era where, you know, before a lot of Christians were putting out all his tapes, you know, he was a part of reinventing that era of Christian music being branded as a cool form of music and putting it on tapes and spreading it all over.
Full of encouragement, the young Babaluku began having his own singing sessions at home with his crew of musical friends.
We had groups, we didn't even have groups, we had cliques of kids that were aspiring to be musicians. You know, so you had the Peter Miles, you had the Chugga, you had the Michael Chris, you had the Gentle, you had Momo, you had Crazy Native. You know, these are all groups that were going to different boarding schools, some, you know, day school. But when we would meet during holidays, my house was a melting point because I had access to equipment. And so everybody would come by to jam, you know, because I put out the equipment and I would just sing all day.
From Africa, I let my ancestors' presence be felt when I scream all power to the people. I represent one out of many that made it, so when I said it, understand it's for my people to get it. The Zion train, I can see it coming. Brothers traveling across the border, revolutions taking over cities.
As a member of the Bataka squad, Babaluku started rapping first in English and then his mother tongue, Luganda.
When I left Uganda since that trip, during my father's death, and I started traveling, Germany, Sweden, going all these places, I started to see people that were rapping in their languages, and it was even before I left, because I had gone to a hip-hop summit in Tanzania. It was in Mwanza, during that time, and kids were rapping in Swahili. And it challenged me, because in Uganda, we had no people that were rapping in Luganda, so from that point, I came back, and I'm like, man, everybody's doing this thing in different languages. Why am I still rapping in English?
The first anthem to get critical acclaim in Uganda was titled Atoba. Atoba got considerable airplay on some of Uganda's prime radio stations.
Atoba was the first Luganda rap single to hit the radio waves. And I wasn't in the country when it did, except my boys told me about it, because everybody got excited that, wow, we finally got our first Luganda hip-hop song on radio. There was La Rat, there was Crazy Native, aka Saba Saba, there was Chaga, there was Lyrical G, and who else? Yeah, those were the people that were on that track. It say Atoba, bana wakaye, Atoba, bana wakaye, Atoba. That's just a song for the chorus.
Just as the hip-hop revolution in America cast a spotlight on the urban decay of inner-city America, Babaluku used Luga Flow to express his own social and political views. Babaluku's lyrics paint a landscape of contemporary Ugandan development challenges.
Messages in my songs are deep. I say I'm the first rapper to resurrect dead people in Uganda. Why do I say that? Because I spiritually travel and I write pieces that even when I come back, I'm like, I didn't write that. Where did it come from? Like when you're an artist and you become a fan to your own music, it's crazy, because some of those songs are therapy to me. I don't just sing them so other people can be like, hey! Sometimes I play for myself just to remember that I've come a long way, just to remember that I still got hope, just to remember that I still got reasons to be here.
Still to come on Rendezvous.
Kati njagala nsule freestyle. Zezo mulembe nawe oti ogambe nti ono mwana wabula aweereza Luga Flow ate mu message n'amuzimba.
A time ticking. We don't stop, it's hip hop, yo. A time ticking. Back in the scene, got flows that are ready to blow. Bombing heads in Kel City when I'm rocking the show. Innovating with my crew, Samba Taka the squad to bring this real hip hop.
Babaluku back catalog includes a compilation of songs such as Feeling the Vibe, Tukoye Mbereno, Amawulire, Obuntu Bulamu, The Best Year, amongst others.
Babaluku promo man, I blow up a spot, Kampala, Chichuga, Wemba, Wera, Wemba, Wara. Don't say rapper man, I never smoked that weed. That's as MCs to play with the squad, it's just rock this master with your manions and your movie. Man, I'm an action member, one better Kavichari. Put it out of city, you mean the man about that today. Boka, Woba, Sambanga, Wembe, Sola, Floss, Kavins, and Timazokuba, Wabia. Yes, yo.
He's also collaborated with regional artists and recorded the Utake anthem with Tanzania's AY and Kenya's Jua Kali.
My last collabo that I did, I've worked with people, but my collabos don't come easy because I'm not the type of person that's looking for fame in Uganda. So if I'm going to work with an artist on a collaboration, it has to carry such a heavy spirit for me to get involved. Because I'm not looking for a mileage or someone to put me on their track to feel like, oh, I did a song with so and so. No, I like to be connected to an individual and having a certain agenda that we are pushing for the people. And then I'll get on a collabo. And the Wutake anthem broke ground for hip hop in Uganda. You know, a lot of Luganda rappers that had an inferiority complex. You know, I said, you know what, I'll show you that it could be done to represent my country on the forefront of, you know, celebrities from different countries, and not even like people being like, yo, that was poor quality. Luganda can't hang with his Swahili, you know. But it was funny that by the time I got to Tanzania, kids were already like doing like bada bada, like border, you know, and they're like, that's cool.
Babaluku, okay, class city chechu buga jemba. Stories za mberenge nenju kunja kuchinyemba. Kuchemisa nanga kona inze mukafunda. Kano kali kwalu wapu bakatunda mukavera. Kuboda boda seja wa makona kona. Ano wasipesho yeja wate masala bala bala. Owe bibili wapei ye kurodi mas. Hatikali kanyiga Bavubuka sota pasta. Kunyaka chuti kanga jeba ntume pasta. Ayema ziwaleluya mchitundu bata myeda. Kila koma tapulike yaka paku hija. Nge yaka vema zina nyingi dekute tubina. Buza babuza fetwata zeda. Dar es Salaam, Kampala, Nairobi, Dwabu zeda. Babaluku.
Flavor tuwakilisha pande zote kama vipi cheza. Flavor toka Ghana, Tanzania mpaka Kenya tunaweza. Flavor tuwakilisha pande zote kama vipi cheza. Flavor toka Ghana, Tanzania mpaka Kenya tunaweza.
Watu wangu wa Kenya kwa nyuma yangu tunapeleka genge juu. Nimetulia lakini kelele zao zendelea kunichemsha tu. Nani kama mimi, jua kali ewahi Babaluku, nani kama sisi. Kweli tunaweza kuna nguvu.
The Ugandan popular music scene has been more influenced by American R&B and Jamaican dancehall styles. When he returned to Uganda from Canada in 2005, Babaluku began trying to raise the profile of hip-hop amongst Ugandan music fans. And the headquarters of his music culture transformation was the Bavubuka camp in Makindye, from where we recorded this interview.
My achievements come from working with young people. You know, hence the movement called Bavubuka. You know, Bavubuka is definitely uplifted my spirit. It's given me a reason to celebrate Uganda on a global scale. It's given me a reason to celebrate my future. It's given me a reason to be here and find credible reasoning to be a respectable citizen. My best musicians are all the kids that come from the Bavubuka camp, because they are the future of hip-hop, you know, in Uganda.
Today, so tole chigambo cha Luga twe unyachiside yo muchana zenchirese Luga Flow tumukuba paka kejengo budde we bukwata ku butimbe nga tutandika katandika butandi sinkuba kafananye kuzanyira kazanyo kafaka babufu buzase bufa kusulira amasufu wengeri jenkaleta mweri mwobu kujukuju
banga yenkubidde mu Luga katinakaye yawakazole kampuwe story oziole kakona kugwe anti gundi nawe nange noli Luga Flow yebanse gonna simbye zakasoli malamu chotegeera mu bachamu toti jamu binkuba balera mu dakika ne bava abamanyize mwana mu flosikowa mbala kutulaka ngasala makona akyali modu amachamu gamba mwatutoni bechibuga Kampala abatuze twachikutte tutambuza mirembe kuna kwagala chitimbe kubisenge mutima na low se kubagiza jo amanyi gatifogo kanino kugenda maso.
But trying to get more Ugandans to listen to hip-hop hasn't been easy.
The challenges are the mindsets in Uganda. You know, on a global front, I roll with a lot of positive minds. And when I come home, I find a lot of challenge in doing the work that I do. You know, both in the hip-hop industry and both on a community level. You know, you find that in the hip-hop industry, that a lot of people have been a part of the hip-hop movement but don't understand what hip-hop is. You know, so to me, I don't challenge people, but I just pose a question to them. I'm like, you got mileage right now. How far are you taking your mileage?
Desirapo mu Luga Flow senyombo tondepo abazadde go wolugambo rhymes ometuze linganga luwombo olenkoko oli munekimbo toba blue band tukwebuza blue band ni tukumaniriza fere tubeera ku bandi kyekino kikosi bavubuka all stars jensi busenze esanyu n'emirembe birabira munze kagasulire mutayi wange bini
mwana mpita ku street nga nengera obwana bunsaba ekikumi ko jampa ye 10 oba tata bwakufusa ko jampa ye 10 oba tata n'ogamba kyekigudde mu Uganda gyaffe no tusaba Mukama Katonda atuyambe kubanga katinda be kituuse mu Uganda kikambwe n'abatiyagasi nabo batufudde lutalo mwana watunkulejjera Luga Flow revolution mwana munfa bana gye tuli tukona Luga Flow ntaka Babaluku yayugumya luji n'abaleka nga banyenya ku mitwe ng'omanya Luga Flow twamukwaseke kasera mwana bafeke kubajja omwe n'abatundira bidandali ha yo bini MC mu kizimbe zenze bagambe.
A creative soul, Babaluku hasn't limited himself to being the grand old man of Luga Flow. Although he continues being an inspiration to young rappers in Uganda, he's also trying his hand at filmmaking.
So we've actually been able to travel and carry the message of Luga Flow all over the world. And now, you know, when you go to Google or when you go to YouTube, sure, the positions we've been able to get into are so many that because Uganda lacks technology or Uganda lacks mediums to really showcase what's going on a global scale, that so many people have missed out on how Luga Flow is bigger than on a global scale than on a local scale.
Mama Africa, no matter where I go, I got to let them know I represent where I'm from. Mama Africa, the land of the original man is black and beautiful. I love the way I'm from. Mama Africa, well, ghettos is ghetto, but all my ghetto children still smile without a dime. Mama Africa, I let my ancestors' presence be felt when I scream all power to the beat.
I want to take everybody back to Africa. That's what it is.
Still to come on Rendezvous.
I mean, of course, my number 5 video will be Nakatuka from MC Fussy, you know, holding it down for the Bavubuka camp.
Make it to the one be chankananyiza abatesi ne wokoloti and the mede ku Luga Flow sagala barana sagala bayomba kola changamba gasina bakutama nakatuka yingi denga boss sizele force my way overdose nakatuka size one to cause size kola loss don't put that noise nakatuka nemfude yo wambu sijite na mugavu yende sebyo biwambu nakatuka yingi denga boss.
So my number 4 video, Kafekawa Tuesday. Of course, I love this song because it exhibits the progression of young MCs in Uganda, the growing talent.
Kana kayimba kagenderi buli mutuze
ba student
buli mutuze wonna
abalwadde
wotudde
bonna abapatikanye
terero owulirize
kano kagenderi buli mupatikanye mu kibuga mu byalo
mwenna
tusosodde kabira kyoba ggwanga ki kayimba kakono oyo n'oli
Forever MC Fussy MC Bunny MC Bavubuka All Stars.
Of course, number 3 is one of my favorite relevant Luganda rap, Luga Flow rapping video. It's called by a crew called the PPI. This is a video after my trouble in 2005 that I ran into, and I was like, these brothers have done a prolific way of confining the whole concept of being Ugandan, the issues, the problems at hand in one 5 or 4 minute skit.
yekandaze mu parliament n'agifuruma kubanga takkiriza wadde bamuwaliriza okuwagira ekiteeso kyabwe ffe ekitunyigiriza ensi etutwala wa n'abamawulire batubuza mugwe batubuza n'ekitono bakikuza nammwe mukitunuulire mazima mumbuulire oba kapa yalidde emmese nabo g'abamawulire.
Number 2 is, one of the prolific, legends, fashion designers, MC, poet, my man Zenson. Bavubuka has come a long way, Instead of come back and hear kids like, Bavubuka, da, da.
Bavubuka, Bavubuka, oh Bavubuka, Bavubuka.
Silabakapo mwana ye bwaveli natumatiza gayimbiye mukanyo mugaganyo mwana binyo kondombo tomusulira obululu ayingireyo atuzimbire enguudo n'amasomero okwayongereko n'amalwaliro n'ekyeri mwana ye bwayingirayo atuzala wagayi n'atusalayo talina kapo mwana byatesayo wadde ensimbi zo ziyingirawo n'emmotoka asalimbira mu ziprado mwana nasamuliza mazabo ku nguudo anti batikirira nguudo za bisoto tambula butambuzi yita mu zigeto ngatonyosoto tende ekisoto kale kabongo yo bw'omulabako
Bavubuka.
Number 1, Namboze, this is not only just trying to showcase the element of underground radical hip-hop in Uganda, but to appreciate the ladies in the game that are continuing to showcase talent. This one had to take it up to number 1 for me. So big up to Chila, for having Namboze and of course representing the ladies in Uganda.
Can you feel it inside your bones, from your head to your waist to your danger zone? Tell your friends to provide you space, cause if you want to come up and dance and join the fun, cause the party has just begun. When we start, no, we never stop. We take it slow until we make it to the top. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And although hip-hop is still in its infancy in Uganda, the gifted Babaluku is creating a Luga Flow legacy to inspire others in the future. Well, that's all we had time for on this week's Rendezvous. Till next time, goodbye.
You best believe Bavubuka got my back. Like that. Like that.
Mine full of verses, line to line when I blast this rehearsal. So when you get no flow, you got to practice mathematics. But I know my how I'm spitting. This head's just been shitting off the words I've been kicking. Abange, okuva kuteno microphone is in bagane. Bavubuka the heads ain't ready to attack this. Umana Babaluku superstar. Makampana ye brothers, my crew. Yeah, let's ride. Me, who's in two such
That's all we had time for on Rendezvous. Tune in again same time next week. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.